What is up, folks? Welcome back. This is part 5 of Super Contra. So we're going to knock out this boss this time and get to stage 7. So it's another interesting boss. It would seem like it could be rather difficult to fight this guy without save states, but you'll see that as time progresses, because you do essentially have 2 fights that you have to do. You have to deal with that fiery dragon thing, and then you also have to deal with like the actual boss. So I mean, it's easier when there's 2 players, but then it really takes 2 skilled players. Sometimes if you have like a friend who is just not that good at the game and he gets game over before this point, it's not gonna help. That's another reason why I like the NES Classic, is because it can do save states. But could you imagine if like you were playing with 2 players and you had to save state either time either one of you died? Not just when player 1 died, but when player 2 died, you had to reset it and do it again. This doesn't seem like that could be functional. Because really you'd be resetting like every 5 seconds or something. But it's at least worthwhile to the cause to say that it's just intended for that. But obviously you're going to want to use the Konami code if you play with friends, just in case you're going to do that and think the 2 of you could beat this game. Konami code is basically a cheat that allows you to have 30 lives, but then you essentially have 90 lives because they give you a couple continues where you get 30 lives again once you get game over. So that's how I beat the first Contra back in 2018, was I had 90 lives and I must have lost like at least 70 or something. I don't remember how many I lost, but I got 2 30 life game overs. So I almost died there. I'm surprised I didn't. I was just like, oh, what the fuck. But that was the last bit of my previous recording that I did back in part 4. So now we're on to brand new stuff. But yeah, this game can be a bastard, can it? This is what you gotta pay attention to, is just how much of a bastard it is. But I don't know if I talked about this, but I was talking about in a previous recording that I tried for this, that I'm gonna get a holiday pie today if they have it. I'm just hoping there won't be resistance, because Thanksgiving is the holidays. When we talk about the holidays in America, you're talking Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Kwanzaa, some of those holidays. It's not just Christmas and New Year's. It's a lot of them. That just kind of happens to be the thing, is just trying to talk about that. So I do effectively feel with Thanksgiving just in 3 days that we would easily be talking about yeah, holiday pie needs to be here. But it's the second time. I tried getting it back on like November 7th and they didn't have it, but I'm hoping they will now. It's November 7th, that's kind of close to Halloween, I admit it, but it's kind of the thing. We're going to attempt to get that, and if not, I'm just going to get an apple pie. But you know how, if you watch my vlog channel, I'm a decent fan of those. Yeah, so obviously I'm shooting both platforms in case of some sneakiness. Both columns, I should say. Kind of interesting how you're going down. Kind of reminds me of Battletoads almost. This part is a bastard. I don't know how you're supposed to do this part without dying. There's just no way. You'd have to be like super patient, because you can't shoot diagonally down. You have to run to be able to do that. There's just not enough room. Just really trying to figure it out. Because unfortunately, if there are 2 of those little vessels, normally one of them will spew one out, and then when you kill that one, your bullets will be too busy with the one you killed, and then the second one could possibly kill you. But this is kind of It's tricky. They did that on purpose because it's the penultimate stage. So, and those purple things that come out of it are quick. So this is kind of the whole. So I'm talking about as a bastard. So. Yeah, it is early morning, and I could have fucked around and watched Good Morning America, and I might still do that. They were kind of talking about the vaccine. I saw on MSNBC that they were saying that the vaccine was going to be distributed by December 12th, which wouldn't be that terrible. I mean, that's kind of the thing is, you know, the quicker we get this in motion, the quicker I can get back to my normal plans. So I'll tell you, I miss gas stations, I miss Walmart, I miss, like, just going certain places and crap, just being able to kind of do some of that. So I'm just kind of like, yeah. Gas stations were a part of my collective. Once again, if you watch my vlog channel, you'll know about that. But I used to get nachos there, used to get Red Bull and beer there, that sort of stuff. But I don't do all that anymore, but I still go there for, like, lottery tickets and stuff. Cheapo. I don't like how they shoot those things out in different patterns. Sometimes they'll fall close, sometimes they'll fall far. The game is smart. I mean, that's the thing. The game is definitely smart. It tries some fuck shit to sit there and trip you up. That's like what I'm talking about. Sometimes they'll pop up in your face, and other times over your head. It is what it is. I mean, I signed on to beat this game, so I'm gonna do it. And I said I was, so we will. I'll tell you, if I had to do this game without save state, that would be what would put me over the edge. I'd just be like, fuck it. I mean, eventually at some point I was just like, I'm just gonna run past this, just take the death and run past it, but it's kind of like hell. I mean, that's obviously why you would need the Konami code, because this game only gives you 3 lives. I mean, you see those medals up in the top left corner. You only get 2 of those plus the life you have when you start this game normally. That's just 3 lives. You die 3 times, you get game over. Have to do the whole stage over. A bastard stage like this, I mean, I don't even know how many times I've save stated at this point. Don't try, you know, that Mario drinking video I did. Don't try a drinking game with deaths in this, because that's just a nightmare. So, I must have died at least 50 times or more. That's more than the 30 life Konami code. I could probably eventually beat this game with the Konami code. I'll tell you, this stage and stage 6 would be complete nightmares. Maybe the first 5 stages wouldn't be that terrible, but... Oh. So obviously you want to kind of shoot the things that are dripping the purple stuff, because that'll make it easier to shoot the middle, because eventually when you take out the 3, the middle, and then the 2 edges, you have to shoot the skull, and that has special attacks that are pretty terrible also. It's not the worst, but it's relatively annoying. So I kind of figured that out later. I'm just kind of like, hell. So yeah, once you take out the middle part, then the skull starts. So you want to take out the purple edges. That's kind of the thing. Just trying to think of what else there is to talk about. I got Prince of Persia, so I'm going to fire that up in a little while. It's another little thing I'm going to try to get done. I'm definitely going to do the tutorial stages. It's going to be just like Blackthorn. Only difference with Prince of Persia is I looked up that you only get 2 hours to beat the damn game. So, I'm definitely going to have a cohesive way of playing through the damn game. I'll tell you, by the time I do beat that game, it's going to be a very sexy notch on my belt as far as the channel is concerned. That's kind of the same way I felt about Blackthorn. I was trying to talk, I feel like that's like a badge of honor as far as beating that game. It's not the easiest game. I mean, I don't think I could have beaten the game like 3 years ago or something, but my skill set for games improved across the coronavirus times. I almost beat Earthworm Jim, I just couldn't beat Buttville, but yeah, so I think I have it within me to beat Prince of Persia. And then I think if I can beat this game for the Super Nintendo, I might just fire up the PS2 ones. This is kind of like hell. I did like those games when they first came out, but I just couldn't. They became a little bit too immersive. I mean, I like 3D games as long as they're not like open Skyrim kinda. I like Skyrim and stuff, but they're huge games. They just take forever to get somewhere and stuff. I'm just kinda. That's why I like the PS1 and N64 more so than like the GameCube and PS2. But even then, I do like the PS2. I mean, like I've said before, I use the PS2 frequently in games like Rise to Honor, those type games, Grand Theft Auto, that sort of stuff. I do pay attention to. So, okay, the final stage. This is the last stage in Super C, and this is kind of. I mean, every single cheap trick you can think of is probably going to be in this at this point. I mean, you've got enemies in the floor, enemies in the ceiling, enemies that follow you, enemies that run from the back of the screen, they run from the front of the screen. Just so much crap. Just like the whole damn thing, and I'm just kind of getting my ass kicked. So lots of save states. It's kind of. The point that you want to do is you want to shoot these floor tangents down here. You don't want to just ignore them because it's not that pretty. I mean, obviously they're quick and they follow you, so it's kind of not the best thing. But as you can see, in that save state to the left, the second save state down there, I actually was at the final boss, so I deleted that. I think I deleted it. This is just a nightmare of a stage. I'm just kind of trying to get past all this crap. I just realized it was too difficult, but you have to shoot the floor things, because otherwise if you don't, you just try to run through it, it's not going to work that well. Just losing all my lives. Eventually I just save state, say fuck it. Just trying to figure out. I mean, it was a tricky part that I save stated at, so it was just kind of like. Plus, I don't have the spread shot. I haven't had the spread shot since stage 6. So I definitely need it. That helps so much, especially with the final boss. But I don't know if I'll be able to get it. I don't think I do. So, yep. So I don't have the final boss anymore. That's the thing. When you play this game, you're gonna need more than 1 or 2 save states, and they only give you 4. So. I don't know. But then I don't even know if you can still get the NES Classic. I'm just kind of like, hell, it was available in 2016. The Super NES Classic came out in 2017. And then they briefly brought back the NES Classic in 2018, and that's when I nabbed it. But I don't know if it came back in 2019, and I definitely don't know if it's in 2020. I mean, I don't know if you want to risk COVID for this thing, but alright, so I'll continue this tangent next time. Subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night.